All right.
Alright, I'm
Well, I'm
clear.
just fixing up my car real quick.
Cool. All right. How's everybody doing?
Okay, just
Yeah,
make
well,
sure
fine.
your audio is included.
We are here streaming episode 3. Well, technically the
Yep.
second filming of episode 3, but as far as you know, the first filming of episode 3 of the Should Have Been a Cowboy podcast. I am joined by my co-host.
Ohio Man here. How's it going?
We
And we actually have a special guest here.
have a guest for today. Yes.
Say who you are and announce
Auqa
yourself.
Fishing.
Our first guest on the podcast.
Our
Auqa
first
Fishing here.
podcast guest. I am streaming The Crew 2 this time. We decided we wanted to take a little bit of a cruise for this episode of the podcast. So, we shall start with our first topic. The first topic will be, what is some cringy stuff you did as a kid?
Well, I know I definitely have a bunch of stories for this one, but I gotta have a second to remember all of them.
Right?
So one of
Already
you
lost
guys
everyone.
can go.
There we are. Okay. So I'll start with one. So when I was a small child, I used to be really into anatomy books for some odd reason.
Oh.
And
Oh no.
yeah.
Oh no.
So so I took I had a, I don't know if it was a babysitter or if it was just like a or if I was just like at a family friend's house or something, but whatever the case was, I handed them the book and said, "Hey, can you read this?" And it happened to be the part about genitalia.
Nice.
And the guy was like, "No, I ain't reading that to this fucking kid. I'm not reading about dicks to this kid."
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess. It's pretty. It's not quite
Oh.
as cringe.
It's kind of awkward. Like, she's an awkward
Yeah,
position.
it's different from cringe, but I mean, I'm sure it would have been very cringy if we were there.
I guess my.
Well, I guess yeah, it
cringe
is more
part
awkward than
was going
cringe.
back to when, like the other episode, with the whole elementary school dating thing. I think that's probably
Yes, that was a good.
one of my
Actually,
things.
Aqua, do you have any stories about elementary school dating? Do you have any stories about dating at all?
Yeah, now that I'd like to, say that's appropriate at least.
Okay. Alrighty then. Alright, Ohio, what do you got for the plate here?
I don't know, man. I know I did a lot of creepy things when I was a kid.
Oh, we all did.
Probably. Oh, I remember. So as a kid, I mean, I still am. I've been to trains a lot, and I went to this one train show, right? And I must have lost my dad or somebody, whoever I was with. Yeah, I think it was my dad. And there was a complete stranger, right? And I must have tapped on his side or whatever and said dad or whatever, and then I looked up and it wasn't him.
Oh no.
I don't remember that. Like this.
Oh
and
no.
It's just oh my
yeah, that,
God,
would not
I
be
just-
fun with
it's so cringe.
Speaking of
But yeah,
sort
it's
of
just,
being so pretty much it was not that long ago, honestly. My mom came to go pick me up from school, right? And she rolled down the window and locked and told someone else, like, "Come on, sweetie, get in the car." But, like, because she thought it
Oh,
was
no.
me and everything.
no.
But completely wasn't, freaked the kid out. Yeah,
Yeah, I bet.
it was honestly
Yeah, that's
pretty
cringe.
funny.
Yeah.
But I'd say, you guys want to hear probably
sure
one
I
of my most cringy stories?
Alright.
So pretty much when I was around, Jesus Christ, pretty much whenever I was around like 6 years old, we had the hot wire fence, right? And I
Okay.
used to grab frogs and just hold them there until they're just shocked to death. And they just,
Oh
well,
my
not shocked,
God.
but until they just pretty much die.
Oh
Dead.
my
They were
god, that's
dead.
not cringe. That's abuse.
I mean,
That is probably a crime.
probably.
Yeah,
That's not my
yeah,
problem.
Somewhere that's a crime.
Probably not in Florida.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no.
Well, like in California, that's probably a crime. But what isn't a crime in
Most
California?
certainly. Yeah, for real.
I
feel like
I'm sure I
everything-
could find.
think everything that is a crime everywhere else isn't a crime in California. Everywhere that anything
Yeah.
that is a crime everywhere else isn't a crime in California.
Murder is legal in California,
I think this.
but
Yeah, sure it
stepping
is.
on blades of grass is illegal.
Yeah.
Just dumb shit like that.
It's like, well, someone
Yeah.
has to make it a crime, so why don't they do it?
Yeah.
I'm sure I could find a good bit of cringe in some old fiction that I wrote, in school.
Yeah, I could not write
Just
in
as a
school,
kid,
to
like-
be honest.
Oh, I had to write a bunch of shit in school, and a couple times it was fiction. I actually, I believe it was early 9th grade, I wrote a paper on the Second Amendment,
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
which I'm scared to read because I feel like I'm going to be a lot more compromising than I am now.
We-
Like I'm kind of afraid to see what my takes were. I know it was pro overall, but I am much more no compromise now than I was, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
wrote a paper on the the taking down of Confederate statues, which I believe I was
Okay.
against that. But
I
one
think
thing.
I would be probably against keeping them up. They lost the war.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is like, they are
I guess it is part of the history,
respectable
so I guess in
war
that
generals.
sense, yeah.
I don't have much
I guess-
sympathy
yeah, I guess
for
I
his
would-
cause, but
Yeah,
General-
that's
General Lee was a fantastic general.
yes.
He was one of the best generals in U.S. history,
Yeah.
That is very true.
but he was fielding a very underpowered, underprovided, underfunded army.
And still did a decent bit with that army too.
Yeah, because the South could have totally won the war if it weren't for Grant, because the rest of the rest of the Union's generals were just totally incompetent.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you could say the same thing now, but
Yeah. But all right, yeah, that's a good one. Let's go. To
I
the
do
next
remember
topic.
I wrote a paper, or I didn't write a paper, but I typed up a story in 8th grade, I think it was. We had to
Okay.
write a fiction story under the genre provided. So we would be provided a genre, and we'd have to write a story in that context.
You used to do the
And-
same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so the genre I was given was love story. I was pissed.
What?
Because I was like, for
Oh,
one,
wait.
why is this a
Love.
category? Yeah. And for two, it's like, at that point I was already a known gay, so it's like, I'm not writing a straight one. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be weird either way.
Uh-huh.
So I just kind of made it like somewhat ambiguous throughout the whole thing, and then there would be like a very underwhelming reveal, like a third through the I don't know, paper, I guess.
Yeah, I don't,
'Cause
yeah.
Sure shit wasn't a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I hate when they try and tell a story of a book and then it's like, yeah, no, you're not getting any book. You're getting
the
a
thing
magazine
with
story of anything.
you're getting a newspaper article, that's it.
Yeah,
And
that's
an
it.
uninteresting one at that, like a shitty like half-page newspaper article that no one read.
Yeah, with like one
Yeah.
whole picture and then you see like few words on the bottom. Few words on the bottom.
Yeah.
But I themed it because I had to write it about something. At the time, I was really vibing with Fallout. So it was
The
some
exorcist
weird
bad, and all that
Fallout,
was pretty bad.
gay love story.
Yeah. Alright,
And I'm sure I'd
It's a
cringe
good
like a
one.
motherfucker reading
Let's
that
go to
back
the
now.
next one.
Back now.
Yeah.
Alright, somebody else has to come up with a topic.
Alright,
I'm always
what do
coming
we
up with
got?
topics. I'm always coming up with topics.
Well, that's because you're the one with the topics.
Yeah, well, we've made 3 episodes now. You haven't thought of a single thing?
No, I'm not good at thinking.
You think I am? I've been curating that podcast
Thinking
topics
isn't
thing for the
my
last like
strong
6
suit.
months.
No, I don't think you are because I don't think I remember. But we can get that part.
Alright, so one of the
um,
available topics... Okay, good. Yeah, please do. Please go.
No, please go, please. Heck, please.
Let's
Alright,
let's
but
start
you have
with
to
that
you have to
cereal.
come up with something in the meantime. Whoa, that was a shortcut. I just saw you pass by.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about it a few times, one-on-one, but we haven't talked about it with Aqua, nor have we talked about it on the podcast. We're gonna kind of informally rank cereals. We're just gonna name off cereals,
Informally,
and
okay.
we're gonna spout our opinions.
Well, I'm trying to think. As I'm trying to think right now, I like Crave with the chocolate. I think that would probably be my S tier, like top tier.
I've never had it,
favorite.
and I told that to Aqua earlier, and he was like, "What the fuck is Crave?" So
Yeah,
Really?
now thinking about it after hearing, I do indeed know what he's talking about, but I have not tried it yet.
no, neither have I. I've only
It's
seen the
very
commercials.
good. It
Yeah,
is
I've
very
seen the
good.
commercials too.
Yeah, no. It's got the chocolate inside, and for those of you who like chocolate, like, it's
Chocolate
really
cereal's not very good.
Yeah,
though, like,
see, I don't
fruit,
like chocolate in person.
So you
Like, me personally,
think
don't
that-
like chocolate.
you think that like Cocoa Puffs, like, but they
I mean,
make
it's a different
the,
kind of chocolate. Cause like, yeah, Cocoa Puffs and stuff like that's not good.
Yeah, no, there's
But
actual
Crave is a
chocolate.
different kind of chocolate. I guess.
Yeah, no, it's actual like. Well, it's not
Don't
like it
they
doesn't.
make candy
It doesn't
bars?
melt like it does in the. It doesn't melt like it does in the
I'm not
commercials.
familiar.
So that's the problem.
Yeah, no, it's and especially not in cold milk.
I wish it did. Yeah, no, I wish it did though, because that would be really cool. I guess no. I guess if it gets soggy, it could kind of taste better a little bit.
Yeah, because it would come off.
That is what. That
better.
is one cereal that doesn't taste horrible, slightly soggy. You know.
Yeah, and that's a pretty important thing for a cereal is to be able to taste good after it's been sitting in the bowl for a little bit because that's usually like the worst aspect of most cereals.
Yeah.
You didn't overshoot that turn. I totally thought you were gonna overshoot that turn. Uh-oh.
I think I
See,
know.
Uh-oh.
in my opinion, I'm
But
a
yeah.
very big fan
Aqua,
of
what do you
Lucky
like?
Charms.
Lucky Charms
I
is
will
a valid
say, okay,
choice.
I have something to say about that actually. Previously, I have loved Lucky Charms. No, I didn't eat that much, but recently, I can't stand biting into the marshmallows. It just gives me like a weird piggy feeling almost.
Yeah, it
But
is
it's
kind of
like-
a weird texture.
And I don't like.
Yeah.
It's like biting into
It's
stuff.
Yeah,
like
it's
very,
definitely
yeah, it's like
weird texture,
styrofoam, very
especially-
stale.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like styrofoam. So I will say I haven't been eating Lucky Charms as much as I used to because of that. But it's still like, I give that around a B.
Yeah.
Or anything.
I think they should do.
I mean-
I think they should make it a little more marshmallow heavy because the marshmallows are just better. They have a better taste. They're sweet. What they should actually do
Yes.
is make the oats frosted. They should frost the oats
That wouldn't be too bad.
because that
Yeah,
would make
that'd
the
be-
oats less weak. You know, because the oats are the worst part.
Well, not honestly, in my
Yeah.
opinion, the way I eat them is I eat the oats first, right?
Yep, you eat the oats first, and then you just get spoonfuls of marshmallow.
See, not for,
Yeah, but
not
that's
for
just
that
how I
one, though.
like to eat
I
it
kind of
personally.
eat all of it.
I usually
don't-
like a
I don't really
hearty
eat
mix.
everything.
Mostly I just like a good amount of marshmallows with, you know, some
Yeah.
balanced out by some oats. But
If they were like honey flavored, like the honey Cheerios, it would
Oh
make
my
it
God.
10 times better.
Honey Nut Cheerios with marshmallows, that would be
Yes.
peak cereal right there.
There's no better
I'm more of a
cereal.
Frosted Cheerios guy, but I do think that Honey Nut would probably go even better.
Yeah, I've yet to have any frosted flavored cereals yet.
Frosted Cheerios are really good. Vanilla Chex are really good. Frosted Flakes wear off a little too quick.
I will say Frosted Flakes. They get way too soggy.
Frosted Flakes are some of the best out of the box cereals.
I haven't eaten.
Like, you don't put Frosted
Flakes
Flakes in milk, you know.
It's like the
It's like
the
Chex
Lucky Charms.
Mix,
Just,
kind
I
of
don't
like
the
the
way they
honey
do
Chex Mix. You just eat it sort of by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some cereals that are better dry than in milk. And
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of them.
Honestly,
No, I have
though,
had
I don't
Frosted
really
Flake
eat
bites.
I've never really done that. I can't say
I do
I've
it if
never
I
done
can't
but
be bothered or if
like
I'm out of milk, but for the most part, I do prefer cereal with milk.
So do I.
Yeah. But let's see, what else is there? I heard the guy in the last party was asking Captain Crunch or Frosted Flakes. What's everybody's opinion on Captain Crunch? I've never had it.
Honestly, I like the Captain Crunch with berries. I think it's.
With what?
I think it's good.
I think they come with berries.
With the
I think
berries?
that's the standard.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
Isn't that
Well, no,
standard?
Some of them don't have
Oh no,
berries.
they don't. They come berry flavored.
Oh, so that's not the Oops All
no.
Berries. It's just like
I've never
Captain
had the
Crunch
Oops
with
All
berries.
berries, but I would imagine liking
No.
it because I actually do like. I do like the berries in Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
I've never had Captain Crunch. I've
It's
never
actually-
been a huge
it's
cereal
pretty
guy, so
good.
I mostly stick to stuff I know.
I guess it's an interesting taste. I can see it being an acquired taste. I think it's good. I don't know.
See,
There's
I don't
another
know
I
what
was
the
thinking of
big-
that I'm.
I don't know what the big like hype is on Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I think it gets
Cinnamon
old
Toast
Cinnamon
way
Crunch
too
Toast Crunch
fast.
fucking
is very
slaps.
good. It is
I think it just
amazing.
gets old way too fast.
No. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it doesn't.
French Toast Crunch is very
because-
good too.
Never had that.
Here's why it does. It's. I don't know what that is. Here's
Brent, you
why
should
it
try
doesn't
it.
get all of it. It's because when it gets soggy, it like when you like drink or it gets in the milk, and when you drink the rest of the milk, it tastes like cinnamon, so it's like cinnamon milk. I
That
think
cinnamon milk
it's
is
like a
is
plus for
really.
the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes, I do like to drink the milk
Certainly.
afterwards, but once it gets soggy, I don't like to eat the cereal.
I don't think it gets that soggy. I mean, maybe you're just a slow eater.
I am actually a very slow eater.
Well, that'll do it. Cereal doesn't work for slow eaters. I wolf down cereal in no time flat, so.
See, I do
Yeah.
with Lucky Charms and Lucky Charms only. That's why I'm just such. Oh, and peep my name on the side of this OnlyFans car, guys.
I
Guys
like that
want,
car, by
go
the way.
subscribe.
Way to dox your name.
I think it's a good car.
Yeah, I'm a very big fan of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Where does it say it?
You don't see on the
This is
side?
a Gran
Oh,
Turismo logo.
No, on this where the fender flare is.
Which one? Oh, yeah. Sure is. Sure is. Alright, get yourself
Yeah.
a rallycross car, bucko.
Alright, I'm
I
ready.
also am a very big
Press
fan
card.
of.
I'm ready to do the lessons quiz.
What are some other good cereals? Man, there's one kind of oddball one that I'm trying to think of. Cookie Crisp is overrated. Cookie Crisp is not better than a cookie.
I actually used to love this.
It being overrated, I think it's really good.
Yeah.
It's
very
just a
big fan
shitty
of it.
cookie. I also
guess-
don't
I
like
guess that
crunchy
could be like
cookies. I like
the
soft
Lamborghini.
cookies.
In
So
my opinion, soggy.
That could be
they're
like the
disgusting.
Lamborghini of cereal. I think cookie.
everyone
are
loves
like
it, but
the
it's
Lamborghini
kind of boring.
It's kind of
Not boring,
overrated,
but it's
yeah.
kinda- yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking up some more cereals because I got a Apple Jacks. I've never had Apple Jacks, but they sound.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God, they're
either,
amazing.
actually.
They are amazing. All right. Well, this topic
Um,
is kind of going dead a little bit. I think we should move on
Alright,
to another
yeah.
one here.
That's fine.
Yes.
I guess here's a good one. since we are doing a racing game right now, what would be your preferred like type of racing? Like, what got you into like racing and stuff? Like, what was like, how did it start out for you, and what are your preferences now
I have
and
that
stuff?
same truck. I have that same truck. I've always been a NASCAR guy. NASCAR has always
Echo.
been.
Echo.
Somebody's got to fix their mic because I can hear myself.
because I can hear myself.
Cool, that worked. But yeah, NASCAR's always been my thing. I grew up with my dad's a NASCAR fan, and just as a guy who doesn't really like a lot of open wheel forms of racing, stock car racing always just stuck out as a lot funner. The personalities are better. The racing is better. But I will say I do like rally. I think rallycross is pretty cool.
Yeah.
WRC because it's quite impressive. Okay, that was.
I will say rallycross is something I enjoy doing in video games, but I don't keep up with it IRL.
I don't keep up with it
You know?
either, but like when I look at it, it's like, yeah, WRC's cool.
Because
It's definitely better than Formula and Indy.
Yeah, I'm the same as you.
Like
I've
Formula
been watching
Drift.
NASCAR since I was a little kid, you know. I've always been
Yeah.
huge on Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I just ever since he retired from Cup Series or whatever he retired from, I kind of stopped watching a little. And then I kind of
that's fair.
started getting into I started getting into IMSA racing, like the endurance GT racing and stuff like that, because I'm a big Corvette guy. And I started getting into that. And then I started, so that's like my Forza years, like getting into like the GT endurance racing and stuff. And then I got Crit 2 and stuff, and I enjoyed doing like rally racing and stuff now. But again, I don't keep up with that IRL. I only keep up with NASCAR and IMSA now. But
I'll say, 'cause I'm trying to think of. 'Cause
I
there's
don't like the
one-
open wheel stuff. I think it's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like the way. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's just the race. It's so contactless. It's very delicate.
I wouldn't
and
say
also the
contactless.
cars.
Yeah,
sound
delicate
bad.
indeed, but yeah, I don't like
And
the
the
way
cars
that
sound bad,
Ferraris.
too.
Yeah.
And also, there's very little Americans in open wheel. Open wheel is mostly foreigners.
Yeah, it's like a lot of Italy, foreign countries.
A lot of Italy, a lot of
Yeah.
Spain, a
So
lot
Auqa,
of
what did you?
Australia.
What is your like racing stuff? What do you enjoy? So.
So me personally, I've pretty much been around it my whole entire life. All from going to all the Daytona 500 races, all the 24-hour races. I've just always been to them, and probably the past, I'd say 10 years, I've really gone into the whole dirt racing. And like, you know.
Yeah, dirt.
Oh
dirt
yeah, that's
oval.
right. Yeah, that's another thing that I've been. That's another thing that I've recently like gotten into, but I would like to get into that IRL. Like not like to actually, but it's not like the rally racing where I like it, but I choose not to. Like actually, I want to get into that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a little more into like late models and sprint and stuff like that.
Yeah. See, that's
I
really
think
great.
because dirt racing is pretty
I just
fun.
got SRX and stuff, so yeah. That's another thing I'm excited for is that new SRX series coming out. What are you guys' opinions on that?
I think the cars are a little wonky. The more I look at them, the more they look like stock cars. But it definitely kind of threw
like
me off at
fake
first.
Ferrari F40s to me.
I think it's definitely going to be
Here, can you
interesting to
guys
see
wait
that
up
driver
for me real
lineup.
quick?
Sure. Because there's a lot of, you know, like, notable drivers, but I do wonder how
Yeah.
people like Bill Elliott and Bobby Labonte are going to do, because they've been out of stock car racing for so long. Granted, I mean, I know Tony Stewart's still very active in dirt racing, but I don't know if Bill Elliott does anything anymore, so I'm curious to see if this is just going to be another past his prime kind of thing, or if he's actually going to be able to put up some good numbers.
Yeah.
But I think it'll take some getting used to, because it's a tiny schedule, small driver selection. The cars look a lot more
Yeah.
unified because there's not a whole lot of like true variety like there is in NASCAR, it seems.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it's gonna take some getting used to, but I wouldn't mind, you know, keeping up with it and seeing how everyone's doing.
Yeah, in my
Yeah,
opinion
no,
on it,
I'm pretty excited for this new season.
yeah.
Yeah.
I used to like asphalt racing like to death and stuff like that, but it's recently after
Yeah.
being given the opportunity to start racing for a team and everything, I've just sort of realized how much easier. Don't get me wrong, it's not hard or it's not easy, but it's just a lot more easier than dirt racing. And I like to be, you know, be able to face a challenge and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I just prefer dirt racing now, but I'd say definitely probably like 10 years ago, I would much rather do asphalt.
And the thing with dirt is the fact that it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to watch dirt. You know, it's
Yeah.
not as televised. There are plenty of tracks, but you kind of got to know where to go. And depending on where you live, like out here, there are
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
few dirt tracks out in Colorado.
Yeah,
But
it's
there are a
very
few
more
notable
like,
asphalt ovals.
if you know about it and you know people that race, then you'll know where to go and stuff. Because there are people out here
Yeah.
that don't know anywhere, like didn't even know that there was such thing as dirt racing.
Yeah, it's
But-
kind of like minor league baseball.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like they'll televise it sometimes, and you
Yeah.
gotta pay attention. You gotta go out of your way to pay attention to it, though.
And that's another thing. All the things that
Yeah, I
broadcast
can
dirt
agree with that.
racing,
That's
you have to
definitely
pay
what it
for
feels like.
monthly. So if you're not
We're-
into dirt racing, then you won't really ever see about it because you have to like. There's like flow racing and stuff like that, but you have to pay for a subscription to be able to watch them and stuff like that. Unless you're obviously
But-
watching on YouTube.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah, but dirt's a good place to look for up and coming guys, and it's also a good place to get started. A lot of guys start out. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of guys start out on go karts, but dirt is usually the second way up, and then a lot of them move to like K&N and Auqa. You know, and if they're going up the stock car racing ladder.
Yeah, go-karts on dirt is honestly a very dangerous way to
That sounds
race.
fun as hell, though. I will say that
It's-
sounds really cool.
It's fun, and it's really not as hard as you would think. Because kind of just like, they're so light and everything, they just sort of like slide without spinning out because it's pretty much all the weight
Yeah.
is all together.
Yeah, I think the issue with dirt is just how there's no real grip with dirt, because you see, you know, if you from what I've seen of dirt, you know, most dirt racing, the cars are practically drifting around every turn.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
pretty much
So
all
the
it
cars are
is.
definitely a lot looser, and the racing is definitely a lot looser. And I'm sure that makes it a little more contact heavy because it's so hard to stay out of the other guy.
That's the thing. It can be very difficult, but once you start to do it, it's easy peasy to like stay away and stuff like that, and to be able to go 3 wide, let off, and go around the other person. It takes a lot of practice, but
Certainly.
once you start to get into it, pretty much it's like a habit, so it's something you're so used to at that point.
And asphalt has the advantage too of being more familiar. Most people have done more driving on asphalt than dirt,
Yeah.
so a lot of people are more familiar with how cars handle at somewhat
Yeah.
high speeds on asphalt.
Yeah.
You know, it's somewhat intuitive.
Yeah,
but when you get on
100%.
dirt, now you got to deal with with less grip and different racing styles, and that certainly can kind of mess with your brain a little bit. I'd love to go.
Yeah, a lot of
dirt
people
racing now.
recently have actually been starting to like race those SRX cars and asphalt late models and stuff like that. I've recently, after going to a few of the races, I've seen them a lot. Like, there's a lot more racers out there now than there was
Yeah.
3 to 4 years ago.
Yeah, SRX has
Yeah.
probably brought a little bit more attention to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it definitely has over the past years.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this series. It's gonna be
Yeah.
an interesting
I'm
one.
excited
Well,
to see
that-
where it
that's my
goes
top-
more so than the upcoming season.
Yeah.
I am
well,
actually
that's my
extremely
topic.
excited
I
to
think
watch
we can,
the XRX cars at Eldora.
Oh yeah, that's. I
Yeah.
can't.
Because
I'm really excited.
Eldora is definitely going to be a big race for that league.
Oh yeah, especially with all those up and coming drivers trying to race like 410 bombers and stuff like that. You know, because they're doing. You can now race 410 bombers out there on Eldora Speedway.
Those are the late
And-
models, right?
Yeah, you can race 410 bombers. Those are 4-cylinder bombers. It's more of a car that's extraordinarily cheap, but it's just a way to really get you money. Like most people right now, they're trying to race 4-cylinder bombers to make their way up. So they race 4-cylinder bombers.
It's an entry-level kind of racing startup, kind of like how go-karts tend to be where everybody starts.
Yeah, most people go from like go-karts to, if they're good at go-karts, then they'll go to like street stock, or it's honestly all how you start off. You can either start off with 4-cylinder bombers.
Because there are plenty of places to go. It's just what can you afford and what are you good at is the big things.
That's why it's more of a, like, when you're younger and everything, I would definitely say try to stick with the whole racing karts and to street stocks. But once you're pretty much older, you'll see it's all 50-plus-year-old men racing 4-cylinder bombers trying to starting to be able to live off of it, so then they can
realizing that they didn't save enough in their 401k and Social Security's not doing enough, so they got to go out and race.
Yeah. Well, it's more people that are trying to get into it. So, like, me personally, I will be racing 4-cylinder bombers, and then moving up from there into a street stock, and just making my way up and up and up until I get to, I'd probably say super late models, probably as far as I'll be able to make it, which is pretty much as far as you can make it.
Most people will probably make it.
Oh no, there's very few people that honestly make it that far, because it's extraordinarily expensive.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Well, I think that was
one discipline I completely forgot about is.
Oh my god. I
think one discipline I forgot about is drag racing. Drag racing is fun. And that's not too hard to get into either, because drag racing, I mean, there are high school drags. I mean, drag racing is super easy to get into.
Yeah.
Because you can do it with your own car.
Oh, yes. I thought you were talking about, like, junior dragsters and stuff like that. Top alcohol
No, just drag racing in general.
Yeah. It's just, there's
anyway.
a lot more consequences you can get through drag racing, obviously.
Yeah, because you're racing your own car. You know, it's probably the same car that you drive anywhere else, so you really don't want to spin it or blow any engine parts or fuck up the car anyway.
Especially if you're, like, drag racing on the interstate or something.
Yeah.
There could be a cop right up on the other side of the bypass or something.
Yeah, street racing is definitely a very risky discipline.
But you can make a very good living off of it. It's just you're risking
high risk, high reward.
Yeah, it's pretty much high risk, high reward, I'd say.
Yeah.
I guess let's get into
like
the next
fifth time, I
topic.
think that was that's my topic. So don't be asking.
Well, you picked a good topic because we kept interrupting you because we wanted to keep talking about the damn topic.
Yeah, so it must have been good.
Yeah.
But
usually...
Neil or Aqua, how about you? Do you have any good topics list to talk about here?
If I'm being honest, earlier I was thinking I want you to, like, your guys' opinion on Cali Key, but I sort of know Ohio's opinion already. He's very much a big fan of it and stuff like that, but
I very much hate it.
I don't know what Cali Key is.
Hate the Cali Key.
It's a California. It's a California law.
Yeah, it's so.
Okay, here we go. Gun control. What's your guys'
Oh, easy.
It shouldn't.
What's
be
your guys' opinion on gun control with recent laws that people
My
have been
opinion
trying
is it
to
shouldn't be
make?
controlled.
I
Gun control.
I am of
gun
the
control
opinion.
for me is controlling your breath. You know, getting in good stance and good position. That's gun control. You know, controlling your breathing and stuff like that. Yeah, that's my gun
Yeah.
making sure you have a clean
Legs
shot.
shoulder width apart, one
Yeah.
behind the other.
Yeah.
Dominant foot
Making
back.
sure you know
Yeah.
your eyes
Yeah.
far enough from the scope.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a good
Make sure
good
you
eye
have a
relief.
solid. Make sure you guys have a solid shot with like nothing
Yeah.
interrupting.
You get a solid
Yeah.
grip on the rifle or handgun.
Yeah, make sure it's up against like the stock's up against your shoulder. You know, you don't want it loose or
Yeah.
anything.
Just get a good cheek weld going.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in all realness, honestly, it really shouldn't be controlled at all. I just don't see a point in it.
All gun laws are
It's-
infringed. It's pretty simple.
Yes.
Here's a
concept.
good topic.
It's pretty simple.
Oh, let's do with
As a matter of fact,
hunting.
I think it's so simple that we might as well just go on to the next topic.
What was your next topic?
Hunting's a
Orville?
good topic.
Yeah,
Believe it or
hunting,
not,
like
I've
bow
never
hunting,
Hunting.
firearm hunting.
Okay,
stuff like
hunting,
that.
yeah.
Believe it or not, I've actually never been hunting. And
I have
you
not
know,
either.
That seems surprising coming from me. But I've
Guess I'm the
actually never
lone
been
wolf here
hunting.
that has.
But
Yeah, so
I
what's it
have
like?
my
Is it like
opinions.
boring, or what kind of hunting have you done? It's not like Hunter Call of the Wild or anything where you like go out and do
No,
whatever.
so
right?
I've been obviously the whole squirrel hunting, you know, stuff like that.
Of
rabbit
course,
hunting.
yeah.
Just that's the
Yeah.
usual. But I've ran dogs once, and I would definitely love to do it again because it's very
Okay, yeah.
it's very fun because there's a lot of running
Uh-huh.
around, stuff like that. But usually just hog hunting and whitetails.
Hog
Yeah,
hunting
well,
would be
what's it-
fun,
so
because
what's-
hog are
what's it-
fucking
what's it-
scum.
I told my parents, I said I would love to go to Texas, go in those helicopters and shoot those hogs. I'd be totally down.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's because of the property damage that they do. It's like they're
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah, because they
They're
are
evil
actual
animals.
pests.
And they're like,
unlike
they're
deer,
actual
they are
pets.
just-
They're
they
invasive,
actually
and they're just
Are negative to the environment.
Yeah,
Now something
yeah.
I do
When
want
you're
to do,
shooting
I
deer,
want
you're
to go
shooting them
up.
for food and stuff. When you're shooting hogs, you're shooting them. They're destructive and stuff. They shouldn't be there.
Hmm.
So I would,
And, you know,
most
especially for
certainly
me,
love to
who's
go
not a-
hunt,
So me personally, I would very
What?
much love to be
Oh.
able to go up to Tennessee, because up there you're now able to hunt sandhill cranes actually.
Why would you hunt cranes?
Mostly
I have
for their eggs.
never- What?
But because they're very
I feel like we wouldn't have
That's
to
a
hunt for that, but
That's a confusing one. I see cranes all the time.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
know. It's just people you
That's
would see
confusing.
it's illegal, but up there you are actually now allowed to kill them because they
Is it
will pretty
too
much
many of them?
yes, too many, and they ruin like pretty much pastures and fields like that. How? I'm not 100%
just property
necessarily.
Okay, that's
Destruction.
fair. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
And
that's an
I've
odd one. I've
ate-
never heard of that.
Yeah, I've actually seen like one of their eggs,
Why
and it's
should you
very
try?
good,
Well, it's just some of
personally.
the fastest cars in
And
the world,
honestly,
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to do it again.
And what?
But I'd say I
Yeah,
would
I
love to
Okay,
go
I'll have to
exotic.
look into
hunting.
that. That's an interesting one. I don't think honestly, I don't think I'll do that one. That's
Yeah.
an interesting.
It's
one.
not really
the cranes.
hunting,
I don't really
It's
see
just
that.
more
as a kind of business.
their eggs.
Oh, you know what I would do though, is playing Hunter Call of the Wild. I really got into the ibex and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like I
I'm a
want to go
big
to
fan.
Spain and hunt ibex. Those are fun to hunt in the game, and I would imagine they'd be super fun in real life.
There's a lot of places up in
So that's
Texas
something
where
I'm
you
really
can actually go and kill exotic animals like that.
Exotics and stuff, yeah.
Because there's
imagine,
a
yeah.
lot of property up there that's abandoned, and there's just those kind of animals out there now, which does
Yeah.
make it a
Yeah.
lot more fun.
For me, when it comes to hunting, I mean, I like the idea. I think, you know, I mean, it just sounds like a fun activity. One of the reasons I haven't gone though is because I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, of course, there's different kinds of hunting, but for the most part, I'm not a really big fan of like venison.
I love
So
it.
hunting deer just isn't practical for me because it's like, I mean, sure, I'd shoot one, but it's like, well, you're supposed to do something with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd love to get one taxidermied for the wall. That's a goal, obviously. But
That would be something I would like to do in the future is get a deer mount and stuff.
yeah,
That's
same
just
here.
that's just total bragging right there. You
Oh
know?
yeah, especially if it's a good one.
Yeah,
Now,
if
see,
it's a
you
good
can
one,
shoot
that's
the
completely
deer
fair.
and sell the meat, so you do get to keep
Yeah.
the mount and everything like that.
Yeah.
And that's probably what I would do, is just sell the meat, get the mount. Probably the meat would probably give me less money than that damn mount would cost, but
Oh, you never know.
Yeah.
I've sold venison before. It was actually cube steak, and I sold it for like $50. I mean, that's just one little piece for $50. I mean,
oh, shit.
you're easily,
But,
you could,
pretty good.
with the money you could make off of it, from me personally, I sold it at school now. Sure, you're not supposed to,
Yeah.
but still. But you could easily pay for a full mount, like full body mount with it,
Oh
instead
wow.
of just getting a shoulder mount.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
It's just you have to
yeah.
know people that that just want it to eat it, not want it be like obviously if you're buying it, you're wanting it to eat it, but not like older
Yeah.
people that will know, well, this isn't worth that much. Just kind of ask someone, hey, how much
yeah.
would you want for this? And you just try to move up a little from however much they give you, or they say.
Yeah.
But I would be open to hunting, bird hunting as well. Which part of that is because I
bird
have
hunting.
a gun
Yeah, that's
to do
another
it.
thing.
Ducks is
Yeah.
not one of my preferred animals to eat. They are extremely greasy, and
I've
I'm
been
not a
told-
big greasy fan.
I'm told it's gamey.
And
told
it's
it's
Which
gamey.
makes sense.
I like the gamey taste. It's just way too greasy for my liking.
Well, I think that's how you cook it though. Grease doesn't.
No. It's in
No,
the bird
there's
itself for me.
mayonnaise in the body. Yeah.
It's like you're pouring
I guess.
bacon grease left over on the bacon and eating it. That's what you're doing pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
you can
I mean,
obviously get rid
I
of
do
it.
that too, so.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm not a big bacon fan anymore. Over the years I've sort of.
I
not
never
liked
Really?
was.
bacon. Yeah. Like
I
hot dogs,
I love
bacon.
bacon.
Oh, bacon or hot dogs can
I
can.
absolutely
die in a hole.
love bacon.
I don't really like
Hot
hot
dogs
I
are
like hot dogs
fucking
too, but
scum.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I like boiled hot dogs more than I like grilled hot dogs.
Ooh, that
believe it
sounds
or not.
disgusting.
I do
know
like
people
boiled
yell
better
at me
because
for it,
it's
but
less
I like
greasy
it
and stuff
better.
like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I like
Yeah.
fried chicken, so I'm used to grease.
I'm not a big fried chicken. I'm more of a. I like smoked food, smoked and grilled.
Oh,
'cause
I hate
like
smoked
the-
food. I hate that taste.
I
I
like
hate
the.
smoky taste.
I like the what's it called? The oak flavor and stuff. Because there's obviously different kinds of like oak you can sort of get that give it a little bit of a different, like maple
Yeah.
oak and stuff like that. They'll give it a different type of flavor. But I like smoked is definitely preferred for beef jerky, in my opinion, more than just
I guess that's
dehydrating
fair.
it. But
I guess-
dehydrating
I guess-
it is just regular. So
I guess this could be a big segue into a next topic, which could be restaurants. Like, what are your favorite restaurants and stuff?
and
There's
favorite
not a
food?
whole lot of
what is your
sit-down
favorite kind of
restaurants
food?
I'm really a fan of.
Yeah, favorite foods.
I'm
and stuff.
mostly a fast food guy.
Really.
Oh, not me.
Yeah.
personally.
I was actually before the podcast here. I just went to Bob Evans, and I will say that is one of my favorite places to go, and here's why.
It does
I
sound top
absolutely
tier.
love barbecue,
anyways.
and their barbecue is Bob Evans barbecue is amazing. It's incredible that I don't know what they're doing to it, but it's so good.
I'm a homemade,
It's
I'm
just
I prefer a homemade smoked barbecue.
I don't really like homemade stuff. 'Cause
Here's
I have
what
bad taste.
every time I go to Bob Evans, here's my order: home style fried chicken tenders, double fries, barbecue sauce. Always be that is all what it's always been, and it's the best meal, the top tier meal. So what do you guys
see the issue that you have though is that you haven't gone to Chick-fil-A or Popeyes.
Well, that's
And I'm gonna
that would be
continue
best
telling
food.
you
I'm
this.
talking about like sit down, eat.
Bob Evans. I mean, I might be mixing it up with Roy Rogers, but I don't know if Bob Evans is a sit down.
I've
just
personally
went
never
there.
been.
I don't think I have.
I was
either.
just there.
Is there a drive-thru
Literally-
on it?
About an hour. No, there is no drive-thru. It's a restaurant. Then you wait about 20 minutes and it comes.
Then
to you.
yeah, any restaurants that have a drive-thru will be considered fast food.
That's a safe bet.
Yeah, no, there is no drive-thru here.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of most restaurants. There's not a whole lot that I like to eat at. I mean,
Said
Red
here.
Robin's pretty damn good.
Not one of mine.
That's pretty much the only sit-down restaurant I
You don't
actively
like
go to.
Robin?
It's not I don't like it. It's the one that we
I
have
love
down
their
here.
fries.
I've never been without.
The garlic
having-
fries are good.
Yeah, I've never been without having to wait 3+ hours. It's only the one down here too. It's just
Yeah, my Red Robin is speedy as hell. They get it to me quicker than any other restaurant I've been to.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
I
so does
went there
mine.
and
They're
literally,
good.
I went there around 7 o'clock and we were waiting for our food, and then the restaurant closed. So we never even got our food or anything. We just got our drinks.
Damn.
That's not good. You should talk to the manager about that one.
We've
Yeah, that's
we've
that's
talked to him and stuff like that, and there's a lot of other people that have the same problem. It's just they get so packed that they don't really do anything
I think
else.
that's a staff.
and that's a restaurant to restaurant basis.
I can-
thing. You can't really blame that on the
working
whole organization.
As me
Yeah, it's
working
just
in a
that's the-
restaurant, it does get annoying when people sit in late and then like it's either busy and stuff, and then you come in late, and like after you're starting to clean up the kitchen and stuff, that gets very frustrating, and annoying. I will say
Yeah.
that. And it's just
But,
me working at a restaurant and stuff.
I'd probably say, in my opinion, for my favorite restaurants, I don't really have a favorite, but I am a very big fan of fast food, seafood restaurants.
I hate seafood. I will not eat any
I
seafood
can't
at
stand
all.
The restaurants
I
went
do. I
to
will
in
say with lobster.
Hawaii,
Okay, I like their biscuits.
That's it. That's the
Yeah.
only good thing they have.
those are decent. I
Yeah.
get lobsters there personally, just because I mean, sort of in the name.
I
But
get the
also-
butterfly, or I get the popcorn shrimp.
If you guys ever go to Applebee's, you guys should really
I
try
love
to get.
Applebee's.
Yeah.
I hear nothing but shit about Applebee's. I haven't been in probably 5
That's
years.
all I hear from
I
people,
am
but
never go to
love
Applebee's.
We love Applebee's.
But I've never had a bad experience at Applebee's.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
I
You just
haven't had
never
a bad
go.
one, but I had a disappointing one. It was pretty much they put 3 different types of alcohol in my Sprite.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. It's
That's
not a bad
one. That's a great one.
It's, yeah, it's not bad. It's just disappointing because the lady was on. She was on something. But if you ever go, definitely get
Yeah.
the wonton tacos. Like really.
I'm not
I'll have to try
a
that.
taco guy either.
Oh no,
I'm-
they're not tacos.
I'm just a big chicken
That's
guy.
just what they're called.
The only
It's
thing I get
chicken.
at restaurants is either pizza or fried chicken. That is it. I don't get anything else.
Yeah, it's chicken,
I've moved
but
in chicken
it's,
tenders or chicken fingers, depending on what it is.
Yep.
Trust me, if you guys get the wonton
It is.
tacos,
At
it might sound
Applebee's-
like tacos and everything, but it's not at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
You've heard
or
the order
Alfredo.
from Bob Evans.
Alfredo's
My
another
order
restaurant.
from Applebee's. My order from Applebee's is literally chicken fingers, chicken tenders platter, double fried, and honey mustard instead of the barbecue. Because I actually
Honey
do like.
mustard. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
I
a
actually
honey
do
mustard
enjoy
type person.
Applebee's honey mustard.
The issue with sit-down restaurants is that their sit-down restaurants tend to be very local. There's not a whole hell of a lot of sit-down restaurants.
No, that's another thing. Just Applebee's and I will say Applebee's and Bob Evans are about the two restaurants that I sit at. Or all the other ones, because I do eat out a lot. That's like the only two like mainstream like big like chain
You guys have
restaurants that I
Olive
go
Garden?
to. Everything else is
Yes.
I hate it.
And
I have to
I
hate
am a-
Olive Garden.
I like Olive Garden.
I like Olive
I
Garden.
can't stand it.
I'm not a big fan of their breads.
Oh, I like Italian because I eat nothing but pasta and pizza. Those are the only two things I eat. So Italian.
Yeah, no, I can see that being good for you.
But
See.
I'm not Mexican. There can be good ones. I only like cheese quesadillas, and I prefer homemade ones because I put beans in them. But I like the toast. I like the kind of crispy nature of a quesadilla more than the kind of soft nature of a burrito. You know.
Yeah.
I feel
I can agree
rich.
with
What do you
that.
think?
But probably one of my
Okay, ski jump.
top tier food things I love to go to is this one restaurant. It's called the Boston something.
Boston Market?
No, Boston like crab something. Boston lobster
Oh.
something like that. It's like a one place
It might
thing,
be
I
local.
believe. Yeah. But the only thing about it is it's it's a buffet. You get whatever you want. But it's $78 a person.
Holy shit.
No
I've
way.
been a decent amount because the food there is quite amazing, and their mahi, it's pretty much like a to die for food. But it's just, I mean, I went in there and I had the best experience of my life with the people I came in right after. There was 20 people, and they were all Mexicans. Not trying to be racist or anything, but I'm just saying their race. But they were, like I'd say white people too, but so there's pretty much 20 Mexicans that walked in. Well, over 20, but I'll just say 20 because I didn't count. And they
Sounds like a joke.
refused to pay
It sounds
for
like the
their
beginning of a
thing.
joke.
20 Mexicans walk into a buffet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Of course, they all live on the same.
But yeah, continue.
So pretty much they
Continue.
refused to pay for the check or whatever you call it.
Really?
They just wouldn't pay for it. They said they don't have the money and stuff like that. So then they just
Probably
walked out
not.
after a while.
That's
Yeah.
so fucking expensive.
And then Waffle House.
What does this have to
will
do with
probably
it?
be- I'm just saying it's one of the
Oh,
best
Waffle.
experiences.
Do you consider Waffle House fast food or sit down?
Yes, fast food.
Waffle
Okay,
House?
then it doesn't count.
Is it?
It's
I
no,
consider
it's
it.
sit
I
down.
consider it sit down.
Yes, it
I
is sit down,
s-
but their
I
food
said
quality is
fast
fast
food.
food.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay, yeah,
Which is
that's
why I
fair,
like
yeah.
Waffle House so much.
But see, Waffle House, there's one near us that's a 24-hour Waffle House, and we went there at 2 o'clock in
They're
the
all
morning.
from
Okay. Well, 2 o'clock in the morning after one of our races.
He said, okay.
Well, I didn't know that they were all, but pretty much we were there at
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning, and or a little after 2. After, what's it called? It was like the, right before the super late model, one of their races they had at one of our, closer tracks we have. And pretty much there's a strip club right down the road. And there are chicks that came out in straight bikinis and they weren't allowed to walk in, so they got butt naked and
Yeah.
changed right in front of the door and put their other clothes on. Best time of my life I've had at the restaurant.
Nice.
Every single
They
person
all
in
got
there.
arrested.
Yes.
Yep, there's 3 of them, and every single person in there, everyone in the restaurant was just all looking. Everyone stopped eating, stood up, and looked. It was amazing.
Their phones were
Nothing
looking
unifies
cool.
people more than boobs.
Yeah.
Honestly. No.
I say.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
it's not
Alright,
top tier quality
where are we
for a
at?
woman.
Where are we at on time?
54 minutes.
I think we can.
So we've got enough time for, like, one more
so,
topic.
yeah. So what do we got next to finish it off with? Dale, you can give us the last one.
Yeah. There's so many things to think of that, you know, it's so general, it's hard to limit it down to one
Let's
thing.
Yeah.
let's do an opinion on fishing, freshwater, saltwater, stuff like that.
I haven't been fishing enough to be particular.
I'm a big fishing
I'm
person.
a huge freshwater guy.
Yeah, I'm a big
I
fishing
love-
person, but
I
just don't have the time to go out as much.
love freshwater.
Yeah, fishing, you gotta
Dang,
cut out
fair.
a solid chunk of time to fish.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Yeah, no, that's a whole
half
day.
day.
That's a whole day of your time. Yeah.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
depending
if
on
not a
how
whole
you
day. Yeah.
And I will say, because the thing for
No,
me is just that,
I'm a
well,
huge
for one, I
freshwater
don't like
guy, I gotta
fish.
say. Yeah.
I would rather generally fish freshwater than the
Yeah.
other kind, than
Yeah, I
saltwater.
don't eat fish that
I
catch,
guess
just
for me,
because
I really.
what were you saying about?
Oh, is it that? Wait, how'd the ladies? Am I
That's
delayed?
It's
Oh,
just-
everyone just stopped talking for
Oh.
a second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
no, that's what I was
sounded the
confused.
same way.
Yeah. I guess I'll go. My reasoning behind the whole freshwater thing, it's because what the hell?
Huh.
Sorry, a bus is Tokyo drifting up a hill. Oh, I was very confused about my stream for that one. But yeah, freshwater fish, mostly because the ocean, it's too diverse. I don't know what I'm fishing for at that point. So many things.
That's fair.
Whereas,
That's
whereas
very
for
fair because
freshwater,
there's not much.
yeah.
There's not
As freshwater,
places to
you have
go
a
out there.
species, and you can go for that very easily. Like I fish for largemouth bass like all the time. I have not caught largemouth bass on my lure ever. Like the second I started fishing with the lures that I use, I've never not caught a largemouth bass on it. I've only caught largemouth. If I wanted to fish for bluegill or something or sunfish, I'd use small like plastics or like small those tiny little plastic worms or like night crawlers or something. And if I wanted to catch fish for catfish, I'd go slap some stinkers on there and go for the night crawlers or hot dogs or even bread. Even.
Really?
But I feel as if yeah, fish in the ocean, I wouldn't.
I've
know
fished
what
with a
to
hot
use.
dog before.
Yeah.
I guess it's
Hey, I'm
really
sure
all
the hot
about.
dog caught you. Yeah. Go
But
ahead. I don't know why we keep stopping.
Well, here, I guess I'll go
Yeah,
ahead
it
and
keeps
just
cutting
knock
out. I think.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we all stopped talking at
Oh,
the same
well-
time, and I feel like that's not just coincidental.
Okay. Well, Aqua, you can continue with what you were saying.
Alright. On my opinion, I'm a big freshwater person because there's a lot more fun with it, being you get to target certain fish that you want.
Yeah.
But in
So,
a
like,
way,
along with
if
what I was
you
saying.
yeah, but in a way, if you know what you're doing on saltwater, then you get to target the very same type of deal, pretty much. But with saltwater, I love.
I just. Yeah.
It's just being
I-
Now
out.
I,
feel
lived
like
in a
for
I live
me
in a
being in
landlocked
Ohio.
state, so I'm not saltwater fishing in here.
Yeah, being I do live in Florida.
Yeah, no,
it
I mean,
makes it
I
a lot
pretty-
easier.
My state landlocked. Yeah.
Well, it's not
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
It's
yeah, I
kind
can
of
imagine.
landlocked, but
Yeah,
But
I got a
to
big
me-
lake above me. Like, yeah.
yeah.
Pretty much to me though, why I like saltwater fishing is I like to be able to go out there and catch those 300-pound plus fish that you can't go and catch anywhere
Yeah.
near
Yeah,
freshwater.
that's
Ocean fish
that's
are
another
heavy.
big plus for saltwater fish. Is, yeah, they're big and they're really cool and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like
Because I
for me
think-
though, I'm more familiar with like the fish around my area, like the native fish. A fish that I've really wanted, the muskellunge. I've really wanted to catch those, and I don't know where they are. I know
See,
they're freshwater.
if you want to
really
catch
know
a
exactly
big
where the
fish,
are.
go for carp, grass carp. My biggest,
I don't like fishing properly. I will say that.
I kill them after I fish them.
Yeah.
Besides, or before I catch them, as I catch them.
Yeah,
but
'cause
my
they're not
biggest
good.
yet.
Yeah.
My biggest yet though is a 6'4" grass carp.
Holy
Wow.
shit!
It's bigger than me.
It's-
And you wanna know what I caught it on? Caught it on
Nightcrawler.
They are vegetarian fish actually. I caught it on like one of those mini carrots and a piece of corn.
No way.
Yeah. And
A baby carrot and a piece of corn.
yep, that's all it took.
That's funny.
Imagine getting killed to carrots and corn. My.
Right.
No, I did let him out, because it is on a private pond, and
And where the hell would you put the damn thing?
Yeah.
yeah, it's what really
You
Yeah,
gotta
no,
put that
you
some
just kinda
bitch in like a
toss them
fucking
to the
deer
side.
freezer.
like what am I supposed to
Yeah.
throw it into the freezer? Like
Yeah.
die then throw it out.
Yeah, like I mean, at that point, it's just straight into like a deer freezer. There ain't nowhere else you can put that damn thing.
Yeah, throw it out in the ditch, but still. The owners that did let me fish that and told me they would really fish there that size, I just sort of pretty much respected what they said and just put it back. As much as I did want to keep it,
Right?
but
Yeah.
it's not like it's my property or anything.
Yeah. I've only been
Yeah.
fishing a few times. Colorado's got a lot of good lake and river fishing.
Yeah.
Probably not as good as the Great Lakes area, obviously, but we do have
Yeah,
a lot of good.
there's a lot of you can fish in for here, like literally anywhere.
But we do. But
So
I
you
have been
Florida.
to Virginia Beach, and I did a little bit of. I know I did a little bit of saltwater fishing somewhere out there. Although it's been a long ass time, so I don't remember exactly. I do remember being the only
would
one to
imagine
catch something.
Virginia Beach, I would imagine striped bass would be a pretty big thing there, and I know those things get pretty big.
What bass?
You know, striped bass, big old stripers. No,
Not really.
are you sure?
Yeah,
I'm
they're
pretty sure
pretty
that's
much
where they are. The Atlantic.
striped bass. They're pretty much the same size as
Yeah, striped
regular
bass.
size bass.
No. Oh no.
They
you
do
don't
get a
know at
little
all, do you?
bigger. No, I've caught striped bass.
A little bigger. I'd say
before.
55 pounds is about the max.
Here, let
I
me.
mean, yeah, they can be pretty small.
I have
but
Google
they
right in front of
get-
me. Let me go.
They get big. I mean, they get real big.
Striped bass. What are we looking at here?
I'm not talking like 6 feet apart, but I mean, they're still pretty damn
Oh,
big.
okay. We were talking about. I was talking about spotted bass. That's my fault. No,
No,
yeah,
I'm
spotted
striped
talking about
bass can get-
stripers.
Yeah.
On average, they appear to be
Stripers
about
get big.
70 pounds.
Yeah, I said 55 because that's my biggest
Yeah,
in
you were a little
Bass
bit
Pro
under.
Shops to strike on the week, but yeah, because
Yeah.
that the reason I know about the striped bass is because that's mainly what I fished for in that game. But I guess we could save Wii games for another topic on the podcast because I'm pretty sure all of us have had a
Certainly.
Wii, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
everyone's
can,
had
we
a
can
Wii.
we can save that. We could save that for another topic on the podcast. For now, I think what time are we at? I think that should be good for now.
It's been
we're
63
at about an
minutes,
hour.
just a little past an hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we can call it now. So thank you for tuning into the Should Have Been the Cowboys podcast. We'd like to
Why do
thank
you always
our,
add an S? It's not should have been the Cowboys.
Should Have Been a Cowboy
Should Have Been a
podcast.
Cowboy.
Thank you
Oh,
for
there you go.
Thank you for joining the Should Have Been a Cowboy podcast. We'd like to thank our guest, Auqa Fishing here. It's been really nice having you here. Maybe we can have you here again. But that's gonna do it for today's
You could become a
episode.
regular
We'll
on the
see you
podcast
next
if you
one.
do it enough.
Yes, he might be coming regular. So we'll see you on the next one, everyone.